All right, welcome back to the D&D show. I am your host Drew with my co-host Dre. We are back to review the Premier League. I think we are match week 16 now. Close 15, 16, one of those numbers. And so we're not really halfway there, but we're getting close to halfway through the season. But we're still very, very early, 38 games. So we're gonna go through our teams' matchups, and then we'll do a little bit of NBA Cup and kind of review the NBA season, and that's it. I'm trying to make it relatively quick, but give y'all something for the holidays. All right. But before we go any further, how's it going, bro?
Less than highly favored, bro. Less than highly favored. I just had a friend come visit, real good friend, former boss actually. He and his family came so they can meet the baby and everything. They were just here today actually, so that was dope. Uh, I mean, his kids ain't no hoopers, but they could play basketball a little bit, so I was playing two on two with
Okay.
them, so that was fun.
It's
Always fun.
probably probably
First
don't
thing I
do
said,
that a lot.
huh?
You probably don't do that a lot. We got people
Nah,
come
bro,
over to
nah.
hoop.
Nah, man. Nah, so it was cool. Like we only played for like 20 minutes, but I was like immediately they got there, I was like, y'all want to go see my court? So
Yeah,
how that is.
yeah.
Like I
It
gotta
seems
show it
like
off.
a neighborhood where you don't really know your neighbors. Everybody stick to themselves, mind your business. That's
Yeah,
what that
it
neighborhood look like. A little too bougie.
it kind of is, bro. It kind of is. I can't lie. Like, my wife keep trying to get me to invite a couple of the kids from across the street to come play basketball, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want nobody in my backyard, honestly. But maybe one day.
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
one day.
that's
We'll
a
see.
you thing. Oh well, if there's kids that actually do want to play in your backyard, then
Well,
again, you
no,
don't want
that
to bring
well,
attention.
she just be like, I mean, I'm worried about them too sometimes because they're playing in the street. You know what I mean? So
Oh, I got you. Yeah,
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 so I
yeah.
might I might one day be like, hey, let me talk to your parents because I'm not gonna invite kids over to my house.
Oh,
Like
yeah, that's right. Yeah, but it's your
exactly,
backyard.
yeah.
It is your backyard, but
Yeah,
I guess it is a
heck yeah,
fenced backyard, so it's
yeah.
liability.
Well,
Yeah,
that's even like,
yeah. I got you.
but yeah, it's a liability thing. But I could one day be like, hey, like yeah, whatever. Anyway, before I go on a tangent, that was cool. Family's good. Everybody's healthy now. We were sick for a while, so we're feeling better. And we got a couple things to do here this week. Um, but yeah, everything's good. We're ready for the holiday. Not much planned for Christmas, but we do got some stuff to do tomorrow, so we're hyped.
I'm gonna tell your cat stay off the pod.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take care
Um,
of it real quick.
everything is good, man. Job is going well, and I'm kind of putting my little touch on it. So it's yeah, I'm liking the job and all that. So yeah. And what else I got going on? Holidays are gonna be good. Birds back in the winning column. Lakers are struggling a little bit because of injuries, but we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right for sure. Um, yeah, not a whole lot to say, man. Training's going well. Going really well. Been missing a couple days because kind of schedule change, but I'll be back to my weight soon enough. Couple months, I'll be able to spar. So things are looking up for sure. Rough year, but things are looking good now. All right, all right.
How much different is
So
this job than your last job? Is it pretty similar?
it's similar. It's the exact same industry, basically the same, just different company.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
cool.
but yeah, it is literally the same type of jobs that the technician that I send out are doing the same work and stuff. So it's the same type of thing, just different responsibilities. So
Okay.
and because it's different tools that they use, I get to expand my abilities on different software and stuff like that. So that's what the focus is going to be getting becoming an expert at using these different applications that I'll be using.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Cool.
All right. All right. So I'm gonna go into the cities our game first. It was not all that. interesting to watch. West Ham's at the very bottom. I think they're in the bottom three of the table, so they're an unserious club. And they looked at this game. They looked like they were afraid to attack us. So it was. I'll get into the game, but like literally 5 minutes into the game, uh, Nico ends up finding Foden on the left side of the box, and Foden ends up finding Holland in on a quick score, like 5 minutes into the game. Like that's how um like loose their defense was. Like they were just letting us pass the ball through the middle of their field. So they're very weak in the middle of their field, which no team can survive that. Just like when Nico's not playing well and we lose Rodri, we look terrible. You can't survive the middle of your field being your 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 vulnerability, your weakest spot. Not in soccer. Maybe in other sports, you can avoid having a good inside linebacker, or maybe in basketball, you don't need to have a center to anchor in the middle of the court on defense. But you can find ways to mitigate that in soccer. If you're giving up the ball in the middle of the field and you're giving up passes and angles like that, you're going to give up a lot of goals because the players are too talented at that level. So we go up early. Then Reinders, he gets a nice pass from Holland because like Turkey kind of initiates it. He kind of steals the ball and they're like their side or actually our side. No, it would be their side. Basically, they turn the ball over. Their back line turns the ball over. Turkey like steals the pass, and then Turkey makes a nice little move, nice little pass to Holland, and then Holland, without even basically looking, knows that Reinders is making a run behind him. Like makes a nice little pass. Reinders carries the ball a little bit and strikes it in, or we're up 2-0, 38's in right before half. The kind of goal that we kind of deserved because it was 1-0 for a long time, but it felt like a 4-0 type of game. There was no threat. They weren't even trying to be aggressive. It's very interesting their approach to this game. I'm wondering what's happening there. Was there a manager change? What happened? Because that's not West Ham. It was Bowen and them boys. Like it's been all season, it looks like, with them. So we're dominating possession, going to half. We're good, we're chilling. We do a couple subs in the second half, but when we get bored, we end up scoring another goal around the 60, 68, 69-minute mark because their back line messes up clearing the ball, and the ball's just sitting there in front of Holland, and we scored the third goal. Piece of cake. Game was nothing. Don't no need to watch this game. No, the goals weren't particularly amazing or anything like that. It was just I guess Reinder's goal was pretty nice, but it's mostly bad defense and nothing really you could take from that game besides West Ham's unserious club, and they need to look into whatever's going on there.
Yeah, my take on West Ham is they hired a defensive coach because they were struggling defensively. But
Oh,
I think more than anything is personnel that's having them struggle defensively. Like I don't think they have the talented center backs, left back, right back, and then also they got a couple players that are in AFCON, so they're actually playing a couple like backup players. I think of recent weeks. So it's just a struggle all around. Like West Ham, like I mean, I think they're in a position they could get relegated this year. Like it's ugly. It's looking ugly. So if you're a West Ham fan, I'm sorry. Uh, I don't know. I wish I could say better days are coming, but yeah, they ain't have enough for City at all.
they need to be investigating the way they played that game. Insane.
They tanking in soccer.
Someone made a bunch of money on that game.
You don't even get a draft pick, and they tanking like it's crazy.
Yeah, there's something fishy going on. They didn't try. And that's tough to watch when your team doesn't try. It's kind of like the way we approached the Arsenal game. We played as afraid. Like you can't play it like that. Even if you're not good, you can't play like that. You're not going to win that way.
Yeah, I mean the strategy, and we've seen it work before. Like you always used to hate when Man United played it, but sometimes the strategy of sitting back and like counterattacking works. But it's like you have to be willing to throw players forward on that counterattack. You know what I mean? And did West Ham ever do that in this
But
situation when they won the
the
ball?
the counter is like I'm edging you to get come in. I'm edging you to come in. I'm
Right.
baiting you to come in, and then I'm
Yes.
coming to attack you to take the ball away. They
And they
didn't.
didn't even do that.
They just stayed back, and waited for us to shoot. Essentially, they didn't try to steal the ball or anything like try to trap us into doing
Mm,
counters. It was just them backpedaling. Like I'm just
mm,
keep backing up until you mess up. They were basically waiting for us to mess up before they got the ball. They weren't trying to like bait us into a counter. They were just letting us have the ball, and then basically when we get the ball, we'll try. But if we don't get the ball, then we're not going to get the ball. We're not going to try to go get the ball back. You know what I mean? Usually when you're countering, like you're setting traps, and then you got guys running, making crazy runs. They like on the opposite side, like you're kind of like making a risk there because you're having somebody run, and then you're sending people to trap. So if you give up, if you don't get that trap, then you could end up giving a goal. Like you're taking a risk there when you try to trap them into, bringing the ball up and then going to a bad spot. That when you're just giving them the possession and not trying, you just keep keep backing up. You're just waiting for me to shoot the ball, or 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 make a bad pass into traffic, and then you can get the ball back. But when that happens, the best case scenario is you get the ball and everybody in your team is on your side of the field because you're all in the box at that point. You know what I mean? There has to be a strategy when you do the counter. I hated when United did that, but you could tell that they were trying to trap you into. It wasn't like just afraid
yeah,
to.
I mean,
Trap.
they essentially would try to win the ball back and then get Bruno on the ball and have their fastest player make a run and Bruno try to hit them. So they at least
Long
had a
ball.
strategy. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a rhyme or reason behind it. And usually you do that when you don't have the talent. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of teams do that when you don't have the talent. But there has to be like you have to when eventually you have to step up and try to trap. You can't just keep backing up until let this shoot the ball. That's just wild. Unserious ball club. I don't. They're nah. That and I feel bad for Bowen because he's a good player. He doesn't deserve that. Does not deserve. So what else? What else? What else can I talk about here? I will say Rodri still being hurt is going to be a problem for our hopes to win the league. But Nico looked better this game. That's the one good thing I will say that was worth watching. Nico actually looked better, but how much can I trust when it was West Ham? Like I don't know
It
if that
doesn't
was just West Ham or if that was Nico looking better.
Yeah, I feel you.
Oh. So, all right, man, you want to go into your club?
Yeah, let's talk about Chelsea. Yeah, so Chelsea is the most inconsistent team probably this season, I will say. Like we play some performances like the game against Arsenal where we look like the strongest team in the league because we played most of that game with 10 men and we outplayed Arsenal. Should have won the game, end up getting a draw. Um, and then we go to Newcastle, who's struggling this year, like literally struggling for identity, don't look like the same team that we've seen for the last couple of years where they've been consistently like, I'm not gonna say top four, but they've been like you expect them five, six, seven. You know what I mean? Like you expect them to be up there, uh, because they got a good coach, they got a solid foundation. Obviously, they lost Isak, who's like their gunsman. So you would expect them to struggle for goals this year, but they just been struggling like all together as a team. Like they just don't have it together. Um, so we're playing against them, and we give up 2 goals in the first half, obviously, because it's Chelsea, and you never know what you're going to get with Chelsea, unfortunately. Like, you're going to get 11 out of 10 performance one game, and then you're going to get like a 7. So it's kind of how we're doing it this year. And I think a lot of it's young players. Like, young players, they don't play consistently well. They'll give you some great performances, and then you're like, God dang, like, how did you make that mistake? And it's like, they just don't have the experience to be consistent. Um,
Y'all had a recent Cucurella back there.
I think so.
Starting.
Yeah, yeah, we did. We always have Reese and Kukurea because like without them we're lost. I'm gonna be honest. Um Gusto has been great when he has had the spell Reece James, but for the most part, like Reece James and Kukurea is like who we have. Um, Surprisingly enough, I think it was Fofana who was at blame, which it's surprising to me because he's been our best like center back for this entire season. Like I've been so impressed with him. Um, I've been singing his praises from like Champions League games, like league games, Premier League games. Like he's just been great because he like doesn't lose a header. It's weird. It's like you expect someone like Virgil or somebody like that to be the players that like never lose headers because they're so
Right,
dominant, so strong. But
right. A
he's
bit.
just an athlete, bro. And when he goes up for a header, like you're just not beating him in the air. And it's just it doesn't seem like that important of a like trait to have in soccer, but it really is
The
because
center
anytime
backs, yes,
yeah,
sure.
anytime they well, it's like crosses are one thing because it's like okay, you had a cross out, like you're stopping danger. But
Hmm.
with us pressing and forcing like long passes, it's so important for him to win that header and not only win it, but to like get it out of danger or get it to one of our players so we can start an attack. And he just does that consistently, bro. Because because you could challenge for a header and have it fall and basically create an attack for the other team if it doesn't go in the right area. Like
Right.
it sounds weird what I'm saying, but it's like if you go up for a header and don't necessarily win it and it just falls, like that could start an attack or it could like almost be the end of an attack and it create a chance for another team. But Fofana is just so solid in the air. But this
So
game,
you're
he
saying he's picking out dudes on
not,
like
not
defensive headers
yes,
for for
not
counterattacks?
every
It's,
time,
that is
bro. Not
reckless.
not every time, but it's like you don't pick people out perfectly. You just put it into an area where you know your midfielder can pick it up. So it's not like, okay, bro, not only is he winning this header, but he's like winning it and like putting it on someone's foot. He's not doing that, but
But
he's
I'm
winning
saying
it and he wins it and knocks it into an area where it's like, okay, my midfielder is going to pick that up because like that's how good we are positionally. Like Caicedo's going to pick this up, and not only is it a stop, basically, it's also like getting us started on our attack.
yeah, I like that when it comes to like long balls. When you see long balls, and a lot of players don't head the ball to like their teammates and just head the ball forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
and
like
that's
that. But
Mhm.
when the ball is in the box or anything like that, I don't
Oh
want
yeah,
you
get it out.
risking
Yeah,
any
get it
type.
out.
Like
That's
that is a
that's
completely reckless way to approach a
yeah.
defensive,
Yeah,
defending.
you don't want to do that when it's in the box. It creates a chance. But I'm just thinking like in transition where it's like, okay, they clearly see they can't break us down, so they're gonna try a long ball.
Okay, I
And
see what you're saying. Yeah,
and when
and he's
teams
good at
try
that.
yeah, and when teams try long balls, it's like they don't have to hit a perfect long ball. Like you just have to put it in a dangerous area and it can create something. You know what I mean?
Right,
Create
because
chaos.
deflections, right? Yeah,
Yes, but
and
for the
yeah,
most part, Fofana, it's like he's winning these headers clean is the best way I can describe it. Is like he's winning the header and it's stopping their attack and almost starting ours. So
and he's keeping possession. That like the
yeah,
key is like
that's
he's
the
finding
biggest
a
thing.
way to
Like
keep possession
you're
without
winning the
heading
header
it.
and somehow like we're getting possession off of you winning that header. Not
Yeah,
every
because it's
time, but it's been so consistent that I'm just like, dude, like it's insane what he's doing in the back. But I think he's at fault for the first goal. I think he tried to play Waltamata offside, and he just wasn't offside. Like it was like I don't know. It was one of those that was really close, like to the eye. It looked offside, but he was onside. And it's just a good cross and a good finish. Like we gotta stop the cross, and we gotta be like be better when the ball comes into the box. But yeah, so Newcastle scored that goal, and then they scored off of another cross later in the game. I don't think we really have an issue defending crosses. I just think the striker just made a really good couple plays. Like he's a good presence in the box. He's taller than probably all of our center backs. Our center backs aren't really physical. Uh, I told you they're kind of made to keep the ball because that's all we try to do is keep the ball, like kind of like you guys did the last
Mhm.
couple of years. So our center backs are more skilled players,
a good
but
way to describe
but
it.
yeah, but our but our but yeah, they're more skilled players, but they also got to bring some good physicality because they're center backs, and that's where Fofana surprises me because I'm like, okay, he's quick, he's good on the ball, he can like dribble past a player, but also like he's dominant in the air, and it's insane, and like you can't start any of our healthy center backs ahead of him. He's that good. Um, but yeah, going on a tangent talking about Chelsea.
You want the center backs to be physical. The
Correct,
skinny great athlete is where you want your wing backs, like your fullbacks. That's perfectly fine because they're not
correct,
doing a whole lot of, in the box stuff. They're doing more on the outside, dealing with
correct.
wingers that are fast.
But
So it's not,
the thing
you
about
know,
Fofana though is like he could be both. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't have okay, so he's not Reece James because that's another thing I got to talk about. Like Reece James, second half of this game, scores a free kick that gets us back into the game, and then we end up finding another goal, so it ends up being a draw. But like Fofana could like in a pinch, Fofana can play right back because he's
okay.
got the quickness and he's got the physicality and he can pass a little bit. You know, you got to be able to pass a little bit because you keep him possession out there. But he's excellent at center back. Like he's so
Right.
good that it's just
And
one of those
that's
things.
not a
So
something
he's a
you want
versatile.
reverse. Like
Say what?
that doesn't work, and that doesn't work in reverse. Like
Most times, no.
you don't want
Most
Reece
times,
James
no.
in a pinch ever being a center back. Like you don't want to put him in that position. He is
Well,
built to
well,
be uh
okay. So I will say
so,
that I will say this. I will say this. So Reece James, because I don't think he's I don't well obviously he's got the injury problems. I also don't think he's great in the air because he's not. I don't think he's
no,
super.
he's not
I don't think he's a super athlete. Like he
he's
ain't
not a
jumping.
leaper. He's
Yeah,
not a
he's not
leaper.
exactly. You get that. He's not a leaper. But physicality, bro, I don't know if there's a player stronger than him on this team. Like he's ridiculous. Like you, unless he takes a bad touch on his dribble, like you're not getting the ball off of him. Like he will body you. It's simple as that. Um, but yeah, so not too eventful this game. I think everybody was kind of like just talking about Newcastle because they've been consistently like getting leads in games and giving them up. And that's exactly what they did this game. I think this game ended up being a draw because we
So
just didn't
you're down
convert.
12. You're down
So
2-0, and then what happens?
yeah,
You're down
yeah,
2-0 in the
we're
half.
down 2-0 and uh our boy Cole Palmer in the second half just takes a nice touch, beats a guy, and ends up getting fouled because he was going to get into the box and get a shot. So like looked like a harmless foul. Was pretty much a harmless foul. And he and Reece James are sitting over the free kick, and Reece James just takes a perfect free kick. Keeper doesn't have a chance, and that gets us back into the game. And that was like first 5 minutes of the
Okay.
half, really. So after that, like Newcastle, I will say they kind of went into their shell. And I think this happens like whenever you feel like your team is kind of on a trend of like, dang, we keep blowing leads. You know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah, they're trying to protect the
kind
lead.
of
That's all it is. They're
this is
trying to
kind of
protect the
any
lead.
this is kind of
Yeah.
any sport. Like,
Yep.
this is just kind of how it runs. So, like Newcastle see that lead go from 2-0 to 2-1, and they just kind of start playing back and sitting back and doing what they need to
Prevent
do.
defense. Prevent you
Yeah,
from winning. Yep. This is the common thing in all sports.
it's so funny
Football,
that you say it's so
basketball.
funny that you say that because that's exactly what my dad always says. That he's like, prevent defense don't do nothing but prevent you from winning. That's it.
Yep. Yep.
Like that's the craziest thing to say, but it's so true. Like
Yes.
it's so true how it happens. And our second goal actually comes from a long ball, like I was talking about him earlier, and it's as simple as the defender didn't play it well, and that's why it's so important that Fofana is like so good at playing those long balls well, but he
He
doesn't
didn't
play it
play it
well.
well in the air. The
Yeah, he
defender
didn't play
didn't
it
play the
well in there.
ball.
So it comes down. Joao Pedro gets a nice touch, uses a bit of physicality, like bumps him with a shoulder, and just has a one-on-one with the keeper, like slides it in low into the net, and he scores. Which you know how it is with strikers. Like if they go a couple games without scoring, like everybody's looking around, like, bro, you're literally here for one thing, to score goals. You know what I mean? So
I can't
it was
relate
very
anymore. I can't
it
relate
was.
anymore, but
I know.
I used to
You
know
got
what you're
holla,
talking about. I used to
whatever,
know.
whatever. We got holla,
I
we got
used to
holla,
know what you're talking about.
we got holla, whatever. Anyway,
Sterling.
anyway, we don't have that problem anymore. Yeah, but So, and I think the thing about Joao Pedro, I love him as a player, but he's not the Holland profile of striker. That's just goals, goals, goals. Like he's got a little more flair to his game. He'll drop deep, like I told you, and play like a false nine. So we have to spread out the goals if Joao Pedro is going to be a striker for us. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to
He should be
be
setting other people up, though. He should be a part
correct,
of that. If he's playing
correct,
that position anyway,
correct.
then yeah.
So we need more goals from our wingers. Pedro Neto, I think, has been providing a lot of goals for us, but we need Esteval to play more minutes and score more goals. Garnacho's actually been playing a little better too. So the more consistent Garnacho, like Gittins, Esteval, and obviously we can keep Cole healthy, the more consistent those players get,
Yeah.
like the more we can play Joao Pedro because he can help set them up and they can also help set him up in return. But I mean, obviously, you compare people to Holland, like you're always going to be let down. He's a beast. But I just want to say, like, Joao Pedro's a different profile of striker, and we can't depend on him getting 20 whatever goals Holland gets, but we can depend on him maybe getting like 10 and 10. You know what I mean? So that's
Yeah,
the
it's
kind of
not.
thing we got to look
That's
for,
yeah.
and we gotta mix the goals up a little bit. But I also think that when you have a team like this where you don't have a player that's just scoring, 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 and can also draw attention. But I mean, Cole Palmer, when he's in the mood, he's like that and can draw that attention. But
Is Cole
when
no
you
longer
when you
playing striker at all? He only play in
he
the middle,
yeah
attacking mid.
he just plays attacking mid. He doesn't really play striker unless it's like we're struggling. Like I think
Okay, I mean
a
he
lot of
can
times.
he can play that. You know, so but if you don't
Exactly.
need
Like he's
that,
he's a he's a crazy crazy talent. So yeah, so since we haven't had Cole Palmer, like that's when we've really been struggling. And you notice, like you don't even want to watch us because Cole Palmer makes that much of a difference. So now that he's getting back and getting minutes, we should see more goals. But I
yeah,
think truly like that's why Joao Pedro was kind of struggling is because our most creative player has been out. So even if he is playing striker, like who's feeding him, you know? And
yep,
we
exactly.
really haven't had anybody doing that. So yeah. Chelsea, like I said, market inconsistency this year. I don't think it's due to coaching though. I believe in this coach. I don't always believe in the coaches, but I believe in this coach. I just think that our attack is just not that strong. Like we got a bunch of young guys who are inconsistent. And it's like, other than Cole Palmer, like I don't trust any of them to score consistently. And
Yeah,
I mean, that's tough to say, but that's kind of how it is.
just
So,
need a little bit more time with the star player. I mean, once they get a little bit more chemistry with Cole, I mean, I don't think offense is
correct,
going to be an issue with at all. Once you get a little more
correct.
chemistry, it's going to be defending. You know.
Yeah. And I can't say that we've been bad defensively. Like against Newcastle, I swear it was like freak opportunities and
hmm
they just created a chance and it was like, shoot, they scored. Like
Well, I would
just
say
this
you
kind
guys have a
of
defensive problem with all the red cards, but I would say
yeah.
yes,
The
you're
well,
not
the
giving
red.
up a bunch of
Okay,
goals.
so the red card is a problem, but we also I think like Sanchez, our keeper, I think he's like maybe a game or two behind the Arsenal keeper with clean sheets. So it's like
Oh,
we're getting clean sheets, you know? So that part's there. The thing we've been struggling with really is the attack consistently. So like when we don't get a clean sheet, we give up like a goal and then we might score a goal and get a draw. But we've been solid defensively, and that's why I was kind of surprised that Newcastle came and put 2 goals on us. But
that's
we'll see,
good.
man. We'll see. We're still progressing. It looks like y'all are chasing Arsenal down once again. We'll see how that ends up. History
Yeah,
tells me that it's not looking good for Arsenal, but we'll see.
yeah, we're right. Yeah, we're right on their heels. Right on their heels.
History tells me it's not looking good for Arsenal, but yeah, we gotta watch the games. Um, but yeah, I guess let's segue and talk about the NBA Cup a little bit.
For
Cool with you?
sure, for sure. Yeah, let's talk a little hoops and close it out.
All right.
So
So
yeah, go
yeah.
ahead.
Obviously if you watch the Knicks won the NBA Cup, I'm just gonna go over like what I've seen from the Knicks and how they improved, I guess. So when I have watched very few Knicks games, it hasn't been a lot. When I have watched the Knicks games, the one thing I will notice that's different this year is the amount of time that Brunson has the ball in his hands. Um, which you'll have to go and check the numbers, see if he's scoring less this year. But I
Or
feel like he's
usage?
scoring. Yeah, I feel like he's scoring the same clip, like he's scoring about the same amount of points probably. Some
Mm-hmm.
games maybe more, but if you watch the game, he doesn't have the ball in his hands all the time. Part of that is they have this guy Tyler Kolek who's come in and taken over some of the ball handling. But part of it, I think, is just by design, and Mike Brown just noticing like the ball stagnant, like we got to move the ball, like we got good players, like we got to have this ball rotating. There's probably going to be some possessions where Brunson does have to dribble a little more, but the ball's just moving more, and I think the Knicks offense is better because of it. Um, OG Anunoby, uh, dude has just become a knockdown 3-point shooter like over the past couple years. I don't think he was doing this when Kawhi was on his team. Correct me if
No,
I'm wrong,
no.
but bro is literally like you can't leave him in the corner. So you can't double Brunson because OG's a knockdown shooter. Cat's probably the one I have the least positive things to say about, but Cat's also a knockdown shooter.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
so
knockdown.
the Knicks offensively, they're tough. They're tough to guard. Like because Brunson is almost like demanding a double team against most guards. Like I think and you can have an opinion on this obviously. But I think Brunson's the best one-on-one player in the league, and I don't think you can stop him with one player for like a whole quarter even. You know what I mean? Like I don't think you can just send one player at him and expect it to go your way. Um
Best one want to play in the league is Luca.
all right, that's fine. That's fine. I
I hear what you're
I don't
saying,
know.
but
I don't know if I can argue with that, but like I've seen Brunson do do what he's been doing like in this NBA Cup in past seasons and I'm like even when the Pistons were playing against him, I'm like, Sin two, bro. I don't know what you do with him. Like he is tough 1-on-1, bro. He's tough.
yeah.
He's got he's got the crazy touch on the floater, elite mid range. I think his three's getting better. I don't think he's always been the most consistent 3-point shooter, but I've seen
Oh
him
wow.
drop hit threes.
So
What?
he's scoring more points a game this year
He's
actually.
scoring more.
20,
So he's
29,
scoring more,
20, yeah, 29 points a game. He was
which
26
is
last year. Yeah, it's
which
pretty
is
crazy.
it's nuts,
Yeah.
bro. It's nuts. So
Yeah.
yeah, coach has got them playing well. I would say their team's really not that deep, so I think in the playoffs it's going to be hard. Like I don't think because Clarkson had a good game. I don't think you can count on Clarkson consistently, but maybe I'm wrong. He could definitely prove me wrong this year.
That's
But
my guy.
he had a good game that night. He had a good game that night. Uh, but I will say that the most important person for the Knicks that night, who basically changed the game for them, is Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson absolutely dominated on the offensive glass. I think there was a point in the second half where the Knicks got a second chance bucket for almost like five straight possessions. Like it,
Yeah, I heard about this.
you're
Yeah.
laughing, but it's a joke, Drew. It's a joke because I like the Pistons and I like the Spurs. Those are like my two teams to root for. And the Spurs were up in this game and they lost the lead, and it was all second chance baskets. And I'm like, they're gonna lose this game because they can't rebound. It's as simple as that. Like they're not gonna win this game because they can't get a rebound, and it's that simple.
Which
Because
is
the Spurs
insane.
actually
Did,
game.
did Wemby they had Wemby, so like they
They
couldn't
did, they
rebound.
did. I will say that Wimby wasn't 100%. They had in the last couple games, his minutes were limited. I think they gave him a little bit more minutes this game, so you could tell he wasn't 100%. Um, he was impacting the game, but I think it would have been better for him if he was like 100% healthy and maybe he would have helped out on the boards a little more.
Yeah, because
But
he was coming back from injury.
that's what this game came down to, bro. Like they could not rebound, and every time the Knicks put up a shot, if it didn't go in, they got another shot. Like it didn't matter.
Yeah, I
They
heard
weren't
about it.
getting.
10 offensive rebounds.
That's how many he had.
10. Yep, I remember hearing this. I think I heard this
Yeah,
in church.
yeah.
10 offensive
And
rebounds.
so
It's ridiculous.
I didn't know the number. I was just watching the game, and I'm like, dude is rebounding every missed opportunity they have, which means y'all are not getting stops. So how are y'all going to win this game? How are y'all going to win
Yeah.
this game? You
Yeah,
can't.
even yeah.
You
And
can't win
those
it, bro.
lead the threes, like offensive rebound leads to the easiest
That's
buckets. Walk-in
and
threes
that's
and
why
layups and
that's
fouls.
why that's why your boy had such a good game, Jordan Clarkson, because he's standing at the top of the key saying, "Oh, go ahead, bro, get that rebound. I'm
Yep.
waiting on you." And he's hitting threes. And this happened like it might have happened two straight possessions where it's like, "Yeah, let me kick this rebound out to Clarkson." And Clarkson hitting the three. And it's so funny because I'm watching him celebrate and I'm like, bro, you ain't do nothing but hit a freaking jump shot. This man is
Yeah.
down here. This man is down here fighting for his life, getting these rebounds and
Yeah.
just passing you wide open shots. But I'm like, hey, you hit it, bro. You hit it. I'm not hating. I'm not hating. But my goodness, man.
It also helps
My,
you shoot when you know that your teammates go get the rebound. Like even if I
exactly.
miss, like it
It's
helps
like,
you
bro, there's no
no
pressure on
pressure.
me making the
Yeah.
shot because if I miss, he's gonna get the rebound again
You
anyway.
you
Who
gonna get the
cares?
rebound anyway. Yep.
Who
Yep.
cares, man? I'm gonna
Yep.
get another chance.
It's
Uh
great offensive. Yep.
I will say, I've been trying to keep up with the Pistons this past year. I haven't fully fallen out of love with basketball, but it's hard for me to keep up with the baby and everything. But the Spurs, I've like missed out on a couple of like young players that they have now. And
Hmm.
this dude, Stefan Castle, not a great scorer, but my God, he is a dog defensively.
It's a
Like
great basketball player.
this dude was so much fun to watch defensively. Like he got into the lane consistently, so it's almost like a old school kind of Tony Parker. Like he's getting to the lane, he's finishing his shots, and if the help comes, he's finding his teammates. So like he was putting up great numbers. Obviously, Garden Brunson I think he did a great job. Garden Brunson like really brought some physicality. Also I think it's Devin Vassell, knockdown 3-point shooter. Don't leave him open. He was good too. Obviously, everyone knows about Fox. I think Fox had a solid game. Um, but yeah, ultimately, I mean, it came
Yeah.
down to be like I don't think that Spurs roster is quite there yet. Like I think, well,
They kicked
I
our
think the main thing
butts.
is I think the main thing is Wimby getting healthy. Like a healthy Wimby, and I think they have a better chance in this game. But ultimately, like God, I hate to say this, but Harrison Barnes in your starting lineup in 2025, like,
He's
and
actually having a
he's
renaissance here. He's actually having a good
well,
year. He's having a
okay,
good year.
but I think the problem is like I saw him play I think two games for the Spurs and he couldn't hit a shot to save his life. Like he was literally just out there like trying to create space for the team, but he just couldn't hit a shot. So luckily like he started going inside and got a couple baskets, but I'm like, dang man, you're really hurting their spacing. Like and
Yeah.
Castle needs that because he's getting to the basket. So
Hmm.
he didn't help them out a ton. Um, but I think overall, like they got a really good team, and I think that's a matchup. I mean, it's a West versus East matchup, so you're not gonna see it a lot. But I think the Spurs are going to be around for a long time. They got a young, good, talented team.
Yeah, they're
Uh,
gonna be around. They have a
what do you
cheat
think?
code.
So I know you didn't watch, but what do you think about the Knicks decided not to hang the banner for an NBA Cup, even though I think the last couple teams hung it? What do you think about that?
Someone was making this joke. I don't know if
Mhm.
it was on the Levitar show or anything like that. So I guess I'll
Yep.
make the same sentiment joke. Say
Okay.
my opinion is, I mean, it's understandable with all the all the banners that are up there that they don't have enough room to put it up there. So
Oh, the Knicks don't have enough room.
they
Oh,
don't have enough
okay.
room. All the banners are up there. Well, how do you expect them to
Oh.
make any room for
They
that?
just want to
So
make sure.
it's, you know,
That's
so
childish. That's childish. But
they don't
I'm
have
gonna
enough
be.
room. They don't have enough
I
room.
mean, the way I don't know. I don't have any opinions on that. I'm not a Knicks fan. Do what you
You
want to
don't need a,
do.
you don't have to have an opinion. It's ridiculous. They think that they're too good. You are the Knicks. You're too good to put up a banner. It's a joke. It's a complete joke. We put up a
Yeah,
banner, and we're the Lakers.
yeah. And
And
I
one,
mean,
and we
what?
won the first one, and we put up a banner. Like we have 17 of those jokers. I almost cursed. We have 17 of them up there. We have an excuse to not put up a NBA Cup banner. What excuse does the Knicks have? They think that they're better than everybody else. Like it's nonsense. It's Jim Dolan nonsense. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
I mean, if they get first rounded, they're gonna look real stupid and probably be like, you know what? Let's go ahead and put this EA Cup banner up if
Yeah.
they get knocked out in the first round. And I mean, it's one of those things like they as good as their team looked and as good as their team is, I think they got a solid roster. Like I think Cat, as good as he is offensively, is that one player where it's just like, bro, you can't really rely on him defensively. And I think Brunson is also a player that, in a tough matchup, like you
He
can
can
go
be
at Brunson.
exploited.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's the thing.
he can be
Whenever you
exploited in
have,
the playoffs.
to me, whenever you have Brunson and Cat on the floor together, that's been my problem with the Knicks. Like, put them in a pick and roll and just go to work because what are they gonna do? You know, like obviously you got OG, you got Bridges, like you got Mitchell Robinson. Like if Mitchell Robinson's on the floor, okay, maybe that pick and roll is not that great because Mitchell Robinson, like, he's got the length. I think he moves his feet okay.
But
He's a
you
little
can
bit
pick
more
it
of
if
a threat.
you force a switch. Mitchell Robinson, you can't play him. You can't play if you force them to switch. Like there's nothing you can do. Like or if you screen the screener before the pick even comes, and Mitchell
Yeah, that's
Robinson,
true.
you can play him off the court. You can play Cat off the court because he's a liability. The problem with the Knicks is their two best players can't defend. It's the same issue
Yeah,
that the Lakers have.
yeah,
Our two
and
best players can't defend. So
that's
how
where
are we
we
going to
are.
beat
Yeah,
OKC when they have their best players are good defenders? How are you
I
going to beat
think
a
yeah,
team like that?
that's true. That's true. Yeah,
You
I
know,
mean, I think that that Cat Brunson thing was the thing that probably cost them last year, and I think it's going to continue to cost them because it's
you
like you want to play them both, but neither one of them are good defenders. So it's like you're giving up something on the other end. So you got to try to outscore people, I guess, if you want to play them a lot. That's all you can really do.
Yeah, and in the
And
playoffs, you gotta get stops. You gotta be able to get stops. Another thing
you
that
do.
Jalen doesn't rebound either. So it's like now, if anytime they force a switch, even if I get a stop, I can't trust to get a rebound now either.
Yeah, he didn't even. Yeah, I feel it.
Because I'm gonna give up a rebound if it ends up in a switch.
Yeah, because
So,
he's not gonna make that box out and get that board.
right. So
Yeah,
it's a prop, especially when your second best player needs to be able to defend a good defender. Like if you want to be a good team, at least your second best player has to be a good defender. You can't just your first best or your first best player can be a great defender. Your second best player can be less or
my boy,
something. But your two
my
best
boy the other
players can't both be liabilities. It
yeah,
can't. It can't.
my boy the other day said that he's probably the same height or whatever as Brunson, but he's like, I got a better chance scoring on Cat than Brunson because Cat ain't. He's like, I'm like, that's crazy to say. That's crazy to say because yeah, but he just doesn't. I don't know. He does like all the things that you're not meant to do on defense, like not moving his feet well, using his arms and hands, and like all those fundamentals that are like, okay, like don't do this on defense. Like he
In
just not a
fairness to
great defender.
Cat,
Not a great
he's
defender.
an awful athlete. Like
This
side
is
to
an
side. Like
awful
he looks
athlete.
like he looks like he's in the mud. Like he's very plot. He's plot. He plays like he's playing in the mud. So that's kind of what he's just not a good athlete. So he's never going to
Mhm.
be a good defender. It's kind of like Luca, like not good enough athlete to ever be a good defender. But you need him to
Yeah,
be a decent like team defender. Like that, you don't have no excuse because that's helping and recovering and
yeah,
tagging and boxing out and those are things. That's the effort thing, you know.
yeah,
If you don't care about that end of the floor, then and on top of being unathletic, then it's a problem. Same thing we have the same issue. So I don't know if it's fixable this year, but They're gonna be
Mm.
fun to watch, though. I'll tell you that. Knicks are gonna be they're gonna be fun to watch. And it's
Yep,
good that
Knicks
they're
was
it's good that they're good because the NBA is better when the Knicks are good because there's so many fans. They have so
yep,
many
Knicks
fans.
Knicks are good. And but I will say the Spurs were good too. Like they were good, and they're still young, so
They
I
kicked
think
our
they'll
behinds
keep
without
doing better
Wemby. Blew us
without
out.
Wemby. They did.
They
Yeah,
blew us out without Wemby.
Castle and other guy, Devin Vassell or whatever. Like
Yes.
those
Rookie of the
two are
year, Stephen
crazy,
Castle.
bro. They're
Steven Castle.
crazy.
Rookie
They're
of the year.
crazy. They're tough.
Yeah, they got some young talent for
Yeah,
sure.
they
Yeah.
are tough. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, a
Yep.
lot to look forward to in basketball, man. A lot to look forward
For
to,
sure.
but
For sure. For
that's
sure.
all
We'll
I
have
have.
another pod in a couple weeks, 2 weeks or so. We'll have another pod on the NBA dog days, and then like before the trade deadline, we'll have probably two or three before. Then we'll start cooking. When we get close to the playoffs, then we'll start cooking on the hoops. But for now, it's a lot of back and schedules, and it's a lot of games. So
Yeah,
we're not gonna
early
shroud
season
it.
NBA, there's not that much excitement, but I did want to talk about the cup because
Yeah.
it's new, and like it's cool to see who wins it. Because I think OKC won it the year before, right? And then they went on to win the championship. So,
Yeah. Oh, so
mm.
I got a new show
Oh,
recommendation.
oh, cool,
So,
cool. It's not like the
so
fire, is it? We're
nah, it's
watching.
not something. So it's not something that most people will like or whatever. But it's a it's a British show. Guess
The
it's
Office.
no. It's called Miss Scarlet. It's basically Miss Scarlet, I think, and the
Why does that sound
Duke.
familiar? Is she a detective?
Yes, she's a private detective. Yes, she is.
Sounds familiar.
She's basically Sherlock Holmes, essentially. It's basically female Sherlock Holmes, just with the
Okay, I was gonna say
roles
that's not
reversed.
with like. Oh, Miss Scarlet. Okay.
All right. And
Okay.
it's a I would call the show adorable. That's what I would call it. Like Castle. It's you cannot take the show too serious, but it's entertaining. Um there's a relationship aspect to it, a rom com aspect to it, and I love rom coms. They're hilarious.
Mhm.
But it's the relationship that the concept of it is like it's kind of like annoying. It's like but not like annoying like where you're like upset. It's like y'all two just need to get together. This is like why are we doing this every episode type of thing. That's what it's like. So it's like you're kind of rooting for them too. They're like, all right, just y'all two just get together because this is starting to get messing with the show. But they
It's
they
getting
make it
old, bro.
like
It's getting old.
yeah, it's getting no, yeah, it's the same thing that happened. I don't know if you ever watched Castle. But
Nah,
the same thing
which guy?
happened with that show. It's a detective and this writer that's in love with this detective, right? So he's like hanging out in the office, and he's like they're flirting back for seasons before they end up getting together. It's kind of like that, or Brooklyn Nine with what's her name
Amy,
Amy and God, I don't forget his
Jake,
name.
Amy and Jake,
Jake,
Amy.
Amy and Jake. Yeah, it's same thing.
How you
It's the
forget the
same.
names from Brooklyn Nine-Nine,
I know.
bro?
I love my show. I can't believe I forgot. So,
Nine
I'm thinking.
Nine.
Yeah, I'm thinking Melissa Fumero. I know her real name. Melissa
Oh,
Fumero.
okay.
That's what.
Yours is their actual name. Okay.
Yeah, I know Melissa Fumero. Yeah, I love Amy Santiago.
I'm
But
not
it's
surprised
like
by that.
that. It's like that. It's like that. You say you're not surprised by that?
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You know me.
Knowing your history, not surprised.
Yeah,
Not
yeah, yeah,
surprised.
yeah. It's not. That's in no way a shock. That's in no way a shock. Anybody that knows me. So, but this show is. I like this character, like this actress. I don't remember her name, but she's a good actress. She's a good actress, and she's funny. She reminds me of what's it, Joan Watson from Sherlock. She reminds me of that character.
Hmm.
Sherlock with the
No.
what's her name? You don't
Nope.
know what I'm talking about? The Asian actress from
Mm,
Elementary.
from Elementary.
Yeah, the show Elementary. What's her name?
I only know
Her
Abbott
name.
Element.
No, yeah, I mean, no. So
That's it.
Elementary is the Sherlock Holmes. It's the best Sherlock Holmes, that there is,
Oh,
and
okay, okay.
it's got this guy. I keep forgetting his name, but the main character is a famous actor, and Joan Watson is this Asian actress that's really good. Like, she's in a bunch of stuff. I don't know why I'm blanking on her name, but
Hmm.
yeah, it reminds me of that show. But it's a show I recommend watching. It's very entertaining, and I would see that how couples would like this show. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
it's definitely a show you can
Oh
watch with
shoot.
your girl.
Is she in Grey's Anatomy? Maybe. Nah, that's
Who's
not
in
it.
who's in Grey's Anatomy?
This Joan Watson girl that you were talking about.
Oh yeah, she's in a bunch
She
of
does look
stuff.
familiar.
She's in a yeah. She's like the token Asian actress that they get every time they do the Asian person. Like this is literally the person that they get. You know what I'm talking about? They always have these certain people
Crazy.
that they only source out for these
Crazy.
roles.
Crazy.
What? I can't believe I'm forgetting her
I think I
name.
was wrong on that,
My
which is just
goodness.
bad by me. I don't think she was actually in Grey's Anatomy.
What? How am I forgetting her name? Real actress's name.
Is it Lucy Liu?
Lucy Liu. Oh, my lord, yes, Lucy Liu. It's a
Yeah.
remember. It's a name you
Well, that's
would
actually that's
remember
actually
too. Like how
that's
I
actually
forget.
bad. That's actually
Yeah, it's
bad.
really
That's actually
bad. It's
bad
a
for
name
me.
that you
I swear
remember.
she's
Like
like, because she
she's
goes
in a
back
lot
to
of
like,
stuff.
because she's been in movies for a long time.
Yes, for a long
She's
time, bro. She's
Charlie's
great.
Angels, right? Charlie's
Yes,
Angels. Yeah.
Charlie's Angels. Yes, she's Charlie's Angels. Kill Bill.
Yep.
Yeah, like she's in a lot of
Yep.
stuff. So,
Oh God.
but
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
character in
She's
Elementary. Her character in
she's great.
Elementary is Joan Watson. She's Joan Watson. She's like his helper, right? Sherlock Holmes' helper.
Okay.
So Johnny
Yeah.
Lee Miller is the main character. She reminds me of that Miss Scarlet character. Reminds me of Joan Watson. It's just like that, and it's like
They kind of
they're
got
like
the same
they're lovable
character
characters.
development.
Yeah, they're level. They're like they're
Okay.
really smart, but they're like they don't listen to nobody. You know what I'm saying? They're like very aggressive, because she's in the situation is she's in the 1800s, right? When women weren't allowed to do nothing.
Okay.
I was saying, like, I mean, it's still kind of not to use a lot, but this is like when it was, I guess, really, 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 really bad. Right? I don't want to say nothing about the plight of female struggle. I know y'all going through it, but it's like no, she's the only detective in all of London, and she got no respect. No one wants to work with her and all that. So she has to kind of
The
be
only female detective.
yes, only female detective in all of London.
Only female detective in all of them. Okay. Okay.
Yep, in all of
Okay.
London,
Okay.
right? She's the only one.
Got you. So she kind of got
So
to be. She got to be uppity because nobody will listen to
yeah,
her. I
because no
got you.
one will respect it. No one will respect her unless she's like assertive and all that, right? But she's kind of already kind of that way. She takes over a business from her father that dies or whatever, and that's how that the
Mm.
show starts. But her character is that kind of Joan Watson character where it's like she's super smart and she can figure out everything. It's like even though she's not a detective, she's been taught all the different skills, and so she has this ability to. She's just a great detective, and she's like good at talking and all that stuff. So very good show. I've been watching it. I've been binging it, and then I'm gonna cancel my subscription so I have to pay for PBS. But I would suggest it. Man. It's a good show. That's
I've
right.
been there, bro. I've been there. I finally like what is it? What did I say? Rip off the Band-Aid and watch Game of Thrones and immediately was like, yeah, let me go ahead and cancel this HBO or whatever I watched it on. So I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
got
watching
binge.
another single show of this, but let me get through Game of Thrones though. A lot
And
of
if you
episodes, man.
and if
A lot of
you
episodes.
if you want to watch something else on HBO, you just get a new email and then get a new free subscription, and they cancel it after you watch the show, like everybody else.
Game. You're giving
Yeah,
giving free game over the podcast.
yeah. Everybody, we all do this. I ain't gonna tell you nobody do. We all do this. We all cheap. We all do this.
Free game
Like
on the podcast.
I can't say this on the pod, but we got League Pass for a reason, not because we can afford it. We cannot afford League Pass, but together we can. That's all I'll say.
What? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're
Yep,
talking about,
yep,
bro.
yep. All right, my
How
dude.
legit got leaked? What do you mean?
Yeah, yeah, yep. Just erase everything. I can erase all this. Probably won't. Who cares?
Yeah,
All
it's
right, my
like,
dude.
I mean,
Um,
how many how many devices can you get on there? Okay, cool, cool.
yeah, that's what they think. That's what they think. Uh-huh.
It's like, dang, man, they watching three different games. Like, they really entertaining out here. Like, yeah, they sure are, man. Sure are. Using this subscription.
Yeah, these companies are petty with all these rules and stuff. It's supposed to be
Working
encouraging
on
sharing. It's
working
supposed to
on
be
that bottom
encouraging
line.
sharing.
They're
Whatever. They're
working on
supposed to
that
be.
bottom.
They tell kids they gotta share. Why can't adults share?
Nah, adults gotta pay separately for everything. It doesn't
Yeah.
work like that.
I was telling this
People
kid the
mess
other
with people.
day. It's been all downhill since high school. Or no, since college. College was great. It's been all downhill since college. So you need to enjoy all these years. The minute you start getting real bills and have to be an adult, it's all downhill. This is not something to look forward to. Enjoy high school and college. Those are the best years of your life. It's all downhill after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun rolling down the hill sometimes, though. It's fun. You can tell them that. It's fun sometimes, but it's definitely downhill.
I'd rather scare them straight so they learn before they mess up. You gotta scare them straight.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
All right, my dude.
All
Think we out. We
right, bro.
done.
Happy holidays.
Yep. Enjoy the holidays, bro.
Yes,
You
sir.
know,
Sir.
hopefully you get some sleep. You ain't working those, right? So she could get a couple days
Yeah.
off.
Yep. Days off will be nice. I think I'm gonna end up working Friday, but it is what it is. It's
I
a
know I am.
it's a, yeah, it's a chill part of the year anyway, so not gonna have much to do. Just gonna make
All right, my dude. All right, bro.
all right, bro. One
All right, one.